Megan. Welcome back to my channel. I do weekly videos about books, fashion, as well as vlogs. Today I'm super excited for this video. Oh hey, this is future Megan, as in future Megan, I mean 2 months later. When I started that video it was August, and now it is October 17th. My very important vlog that I was so excited to do is finally here. It's finally arrived. It took me 2 months, a month and a half. No, a month and a half and a bit. Let's say end of August, all of September, a little bit of October to complete this vlog. Okay, now back to regular program. For this week, that famous well-known booktubers recommend to me. I've messaged a few booktubers and I've heard from some of my favorites back, which I'm super grateful for. And I've picked my books. I've already started one of them. I'm loving it so far. I hope to get into like 120 pages of it. Okay, so I'm going to read you. So the first booktuber that I messaged was Alexa Ray, and I will link all their channels down below so you can check them out also. They all have great book recommendations and want me back. So first one, like I said, Alexa Ray was the first one. She recommended Archer's Voice, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Love in Other Words, and The Love Hypothesis. I almost chose Love in Other Words because that was on my TBR last month. But I decided to go pick myself up a new book because why not? So I went and picked myself up Archer's Voice by Sheridan. A love story. So kind of, you know what? When I read them, I'll read what they're about to you, and I'll kind of let you guess, wonder kind of what they're about and things. So I also messaged Carmen. Again, I'll link her channel below for you. I own all except 2 of the books that she recommended. I'll tell you which ones she recommended. Verity, Yours Truly, Carrie Soto's Back, Royally Rearranged, and Daisy Darker. So I know Verity and Daisy Darker are thrillers, and I already own both Verity and Daisy Darker. So it was between Verity or Daisy Darker, and I chose Daisy Darker. I'm so glad I did because I'm on page 33 and I can't put this book down. The main character's name is Daisy Darker, and she goes to her Nana's 80th birthday. She's not close with her family members at all. Her Nana lives on a tiny island, so it's like a Gothic house island. And when the tide comes in, they're trapped together for 8 hours. This family that's not really close. Daisy's only really close with her Nana. Then it says, trapped on an island where someone is killing them one by one, the Darkers must reckon with their present danger as well as their past before the tide goes out and all is revealed. Nana is found dead at midnight as a storm rages, and an hour later the next family member follows. And my last booktuber that I messaged was Gianna, and she recommended Tell Me Lies, Addicted to You, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Every Summer After, and Behind Closed Doors. So I own all 4 of the books she recommended. Addicted to You, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Every Summer After, and Behind Closed Doors. I've read the last 3. I'm Glad My Mom Died, Every Summer After, and Behind Closed Doors. The one that I own that I haven't read yet is Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Again, another love romance book. Like I said, I've been doing a lot. So yesterday I got some 80 pages in. My goal is to get to 200 pages today. This book is 100% bingeable. Like, you can binge this book easily if you don't get easily distracted like I do. Unfortunately, my brain just goes everywhere. I would binge this book 100 times over. And there are so many books that I wish I could binge in like a day, that I know I could binge in a day. I just don't have either the time, or I get distracted with housework and stuff like that. And yeah. So this book, I forgot to mention, this book takes place on Halloween. So right now they're on like the day before Halloween because their Nana's birthday is on Halloween, which is the 31st. Daisy hears a scream downstairs. She runs downstairs and she finds her niece over top of Nana's body. So that automatically kind of makes you wonder, because it's a niece that found Nana's body. But then you think, after Nana like read her will to everybody in the family, which was, her will was just like crazy. Like, it was just people, like, you thought her son would get most of the stuff, but he didn't in the will. And I won't really go on, but everybody got something in Nana's will, and some were happy, some weren't happy with it. So it's like, who is it? Who could be really upset with Nana? But then it makes you think, is there somebody else in the house? And then I also forgot to mention that there's a surprise guest that comes to the house that's not part of the family. So they have, what does it say? The next one is 12:45 a.m., less than 6 hours till low tide. So in the span of like 8 hours, all this happens. And it's kind of like, that's crazy when you think about it, how somebody can like be super sneaky, and how them family members can die off one at a time. Personally, I like this book 100% more than Rock, Paper, Scissors. Her other two books I want to read, Sometimes I Lie, I Know Who You Are, and His and Hers. I just found His and Hers at the thrift store, so I'm super excited for that. But I also want to read Sometimes I Lie, because I've heard that's a good book also. I have not heard too much about I Know Who You Are, but definitely want to read her other books. Like I said, Rock, Paper, Scissors is a good book, but this is a bingeable book. Read it. You'll love it. You'll love this thriller. As of yesterday, Daisy Darker, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 5 if it was possible. Oh, loved every part of this book. Loved the mystery of it. It gave me like Clue vibes. It gave me like, I love the trapped vibe that it pulls off, and you can't go anywhere and you're trapped, and there's a killer loose, and they're all trapped in the same spot, and I just loved it. This was like, loved it. So thank you, Carmen, for forcing me to finally take this off my shelf and read it. So happy I did. 100% worth it. Definitely pick up Daisy Darker and read. Read it. So then I said, what book should I read? Archer's Voice or Addicted to You? And he told me to read Archer's Voice. So that is going to be the next book I'm going to read. So I'm going to start this one, hopefully finish it. Maybe not today, maybe halfway through. We'll see. There we go. Okay. So the next two books I have are Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and Archer's Voice by Mia Sidan. This book Gianna recommended to me, and this book Alexa Ray recommended to me, so I'm super excited for both of these books. I'm going to try and get halfway through today, finish tomorrow, and then do the other book so I can like wrap up this vlog again, it's a good book. It just feels very repetitive, maybe. I don't know. There's just, I don't know. There's something about this book. I'm not really feeling it. It's a good story, so I'm going to finish it, but I'm not really feeling this book, which is why I'm probably not going to continue with the series. It's kind of just slow and just the whole, I don't know, it seems really repetitive to me. But I'm going to finish it so I can finish my vlog. This is probably going to be the least favorite book from my vlog, I would say.